Okay, so I want to address the fact that we're back to the point here in America where it's just tense. There's just tension, and it's just everything you see is just everywhere, and people are we're back to fighting and arguing and all this kind of stuff, and it's just a miserable, miserable, miserable experience. There's this tension that's out there, and we all feel it, and it's gotten ramped up over, say, the last year. And I just want to see, Chuck, what you think about what's happening right now out there. What is this that we feel this angst towards our neighbors?
Yeah, well, I know where you're going with this. As soon as you started talking about it, I knew where you were going to head. But where are we with our neighbors? When you actually talk to your neighbors face to face, like my neighbor is, one of my neighbors is a hard right. The other neighbor's hard left. And when I talk to their faces, they're friendly. They're talking to real neighbors, like actual people you talk to. I've had to borrow a bucket of ice melt off of them. They're super nice, whatever. And I go on Facebook and I see them posting the most ridiculous stuff. I won't even say what it is, just like stuff that doesn't make any sense. Like with the whole Hilton Hotel thing where they were denying people from denying ICE agents from staying there. He was like, I'm a proud Hilton Gold, whatever standard member. I'm like, I live next to this guy. But to his face, we're fine. He's a nice guy, sings in a choir. I'm a musician. We have a lot to talk about. It's great. But, online is a different world. It's not real life. It's hatred and fearless yelling at people with things you would never say to somebody else's face. And it's all brainwashing. And I was saying to you earlier, at least via text, like, you said, what are we going to talk about? I'm like, it's all the same thing. It's like either X is really, really good because Donald Trump is great, or the same X is really, really bad because it's Donald Trump. And it really just boils down to whatever your opinion is there and how it gets amplified or twisted or manipulated online. We're not immune to it. There's some right wing crap out there that is just absolute crap, and we have to be able to see through it. Luckily, I don't act on anything until I know. So, yeah, the division is palpable, especially if you're just sticking to computer or your phone. And I know why it is, and go for it. Hit everybody with why it's happening and why it's, I don't know, legalized.
Well, I mean, I so okay, so first of all, so let's take a step back here for a sec because you threw me off, Chuck, right? Because Chuck and I, part of what we do is we like to try and be off the cuff. I mean, we're constantly in communication all the time, every day, but this is really the only time short of maybe a phone conversation or two where we talk. So it's like, hey, this is kind of what I'm thinking. All right, great. This is what my plan is, and go. So I said to Chuck, I really want to listen to your opinion on this one, and I'm going to use this as an exercise, and I want to try and play off of you and hear what you think. And you come out and you go, all right, I know where you're going with
I
this.
know where you're going with it. You're talking about the National Endowment for Democracy, right? And the vote that just happened. Is that
So,
your end
s-
game?
so not really. I mean, it's always a part of that. It's always a part of that. But what it is it's more. I keep thinking about this Indivisible and this guy Neville Singham. This
Oh, I didn't know
Indivisible
you
and
were
this
going there.
guy
My bad.
Neville Singham. So I get misinterpreted a lot online for what I say, and I understand why. Because a lot of people are pigeonholed into believing if he thinks this, then he also has to be this here. And sometimes what I say is vague on purpose. When I say that people are just paid protesters and they have zero organic whatever, and people think that what I am accusing of my friends. I have people. There was one person out there in particular who I have an affection towards. She was a year younger than us in school. Your wife is very familiar with this woman, and she's a radical leftist.
I think I know
But
who you're
I
talking about.
I absolutely love her. I absolutely love her, and and I appreciate what she's doing, and I truly believe, and I'm seeing where she's actually making a difference, and she's working with Democratic politicians, and she's in there like working with these people, and she's really, really, really trying hard. And when she goes out there and protests, I truly believe that she absolutely believes 100% in what she's protesting. I truly do. But the thing is that I don't believe that her butt would get off the couch and protest if it wasn't for the fact that there was a lot of funding that was doing a whole heck of a lot of organizing and coordinating and making it easy enough so that it can be like, hey, does this make you angry? Yeah, this make me angry. Do you want to make a difference? Yeah, I want to make a difference. Okay, show up here at this time. And you show up
Yeah,
there at
you
that
can't.
time.
Yeah, you can't go out and party if someone isn't throwing a party.
Exactly, exactly, and the thing is that then you sit back and you think about who the people are who are organizing this, right? Because the good people like a woman that I'm thinking about, like I said, I can't stress enough, she's a beautiful woman. She really, really, really believes in what she's fighting for, and I'm not saying anything about that. What I'm saying is that there are people behind the scenes who understand that and who are using that and they're weaponizing that. And they're using this activism to get things to happen in the background. And that's what I mean when I say that this is not at all organic. And the truth of the matter is that there's this one guy in particular, Neville Singham. He's got this company called Indivisible. Neville Singham works directly with the CCP. So what it is you have people from China that are funding civil unrest in the United States. You have people from China that are paying to have morons like Renee Good drive in front of police officers and get shot because they believe after all these years of Gestapo propaganda, which propaganda is very strong in the whole Smith Munn of it all. It's all
Hmm.
tied together. And that's why I'm saying that this is not organic. Last piece, and I'll throw it back to you. Here's the difference, right? Is that right now, I had a good friend of mine, a registered Democrat, sent me a text message, and it was a call to action from Act Blue, which is a Democrat super PAC, which funds all of the people who are going into office under the Democrat
Yeah.
Party are funded by Act Blue. Act Blue was funding activism. But now, 2, 3 years ago, when parents were complaining about what was happening in their schools, the Democratic Department of Justice, and specifically Attorney General Merrick Garland, was calling parents domestic terrorists.
Hmm.
So the
Yep.
same people that are funding and pushing this in coordination with, well, Dan, what do you mean? Is it the Democrats or is it China? It's both. It's both. It's
You
both.
repeat yourself.
Yeah, 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 exactly. It is both that are funding this. So when you're out there, understand that even though you may believe what you believe, understand that they're using what you believe to subvert America for foreign interests. That's what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything to add on to that. Let's just clarify. When you say paid, this is where people they argue back about like paid protesters. They're like, "Well, I believe in what I'm doing," like your friend, and they go out and do it. But if someone isn't throwing that party, there's no party to go to. I started saying this, I don't know, 2010, maybe a little later than that, like when they were down in Philly protesting the cop killer, like free the cop killer. I don't remember what the guy's name was.
Mumia?
Do you know? Yeah, 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 that guy. Well, I didn't know anything about the topic, so I'm not going to condemn it. If someone's a cop killer, I think they should go to jail and have the death penalty. But that's besides the point. The point was, I'm like, it's like everybody's looking for a reason to protest. Everybody, like our generation grew up with a throwback to the 70s, right? Because it was really cool to throw back to the 70s, especially in the 90s. So what does everybody want to do? They want to do that meaningful thing. They want to go be like the protesters that were protesting Vietnam, something real to protest. So the problem is they didn't have something to protest. They just wanted to protest. And protest became a trend. It became the thing. It became a style. And I was saying it, and I remember the people I was saying it to, the people closest to me, like, no, Chuck, you're not paying attention. You're not with it. Now I'm looking back. I'm like, I'm 100% right. It is protest culture. It is the thing to do. It's like that's why you got all the weird color hair and trying to make yourself look unattractive and go out and scream. As demonstrated now. So we're talking about Paid protesters. Okay, so the protesters themselves aren't necessarily paid. So say there's 50 people out there. All you need is two paid people to make it all happen and hand out the signs, get everybody going, get things organized. It's the organizers. It's the people that are throwing the party that are making it happen. Those are the paid protesters. The people that are coming out are just cheap. And they come out because they want to protest. They want to be part of the party, man. Who doesn't want to go to a party? We're doing all this. And you see it on the most recent ones. Have you seen the breakdowns of these ICE protests in Minneapolis? You see these old ladies screaming at ICE, whatever. There's another video circulating of them admitting that they were having a great, calm conversation. This protest, old white lady protesting, and the ICE agent that were having a nice, fine conversation. They were joking that like 5 minutes ago, we were best friends. Now she's screaming at me because they only scream when the camera's on. So they want to look like it. It's anything. It's not real. So those people are out there and they actually believe that they're protesting ICE, but they just want to get the clickbait. They just want to get the video. That's all they're really interested in. They don't have the stamina to do it for real. If they weren't funded, I can't imagine anybody would be out there.
You triggered a thought. How do I tiptoe around this? So here we go. Ready? So my son goes to a university that was in the news last year before the activism and the anti-Palestinian stuff, and it just so happened to be around his birthday. So we all Venmoed him birthday money that he used to turn around and pay and bail for protesters to get out of prison that
No.
that I'm here speaking out against. So this is my life that I live. But anyway, so I watched this video because there's one particular area where he goes that my wife and I are very familiar because it's like the parking lot to where we go to his building, in this city. So anyway, the video is free Palestine and all that kind of stuff, but in the background on the wall was ACAB. ACAB. You know what ACAB is? All cops are bad. That's what ACAB is. ACAB is all cops are bad. So what these kids had is they're like, hey, free Palestine, ACAB, hey. What I'm saying is that they might as well have just had signs that just said counterculture, counterculture, hey, counterculture. You know why? Because they're at the age where counterculture is it's always colleges, it's always college kids. Why? It's because they're free for the first time. They're starting to feel it. Okay, yeah, this is what I
Hmm.
believe in. Let's okay. And then when they have the cameras for the kids that are showing, and maybe some people hopefully get their heads busted, and that makes for great news. And then you can feel bad because
Yeah.
these kids, so
They're young. They're young. They're easily manipulated, and easily weaponized because they want to do something. They want to speak up. So it's very easy to turn their emotion around and turn it into a weapon. It's as clear as day.
And the thing that people won't listen to is that, and I said this and I'm going to say it again, is that when people were speaking out against the Biden administration, they were called domestic terrorists. And now that Trump's in office, the same people that were calling protesters domestic terrorists are texting you on your phone and asking for your money to help fund the activism, even though the Congress just allowed them to, continue to have their slush fund and Ned. So I got it in there. That's what these people are doing. On one hand, they're calling protesters terrorists if you don't like what they say. But once the other side is in power, it's uprising. Why? It's to slow down progress.
It's just like I said at the beginning. X is good because Donald Trump is good. No, X is bad because Donald Trump is bad. Same thing.